Hello, and welcome to another Thursday Night Dead Cells. We are going to do, uh, for lack of a better term, like an orthodox sort of run at the start here. We're gonna go through the Hayabusa boots. I did not have those unlocked last week. Um, we're going to go through the opening level here, and then through the promenade and through the ramparts and beat the first boss and all that good stuff. And then a little bit later on in the evening, we'll try out the second route through the game that I discovered and can't quite figure out how to get past the boss over there. So we have things lined up to do. I apologize for the somewhat late start for my crabbiness a little bit ago. It has, as I alluded to earlier, been like a little bit of a day. Mostly not even like a day, just like the past couple hours have been a little not terrific. But hopefully kicking these archer zombies to their death will make me feel a bit better. Seem to be much better with the Hayabusa boots. Dead Cells is a platformer or Metroidvania. It's kind of a Metroidvania. Like, it's sort of structured like one. I have heard people argue that it can't technically be because it's procedurally generated, but the structure is the same. You get upgrades at various points, which allow you to go to places you couldn't before. One of which is the thing that let me make that vine pop up a moment ago. If you happen to catch that, it is also a platformer. Metroidvanias being like a subgenre thereof, I suppose. It's got roguelike elements. It's a lot of things. Thank you, Ananas. That is well appreciated. Freedom Planet is that like Sonic sort of game, right? Came out a couple years ago. Seem to be much more proficient with the Hayabusa boots than I was the other day when I unlocked them. I don't know if that's just because the game runs slightly better on this computer, so like the my reaction time is a bit quicker, or maybe I am just a bit less tired than I was the other day. Who knows? It was originally a Sonic fan game, but has diverged from that, but the influence is still obvious in some places. Interesting. Magnify. Quick bow, I think I would rather just stick with the firebrands for the time being, rather than spending money on something I'm not going to use. Likewise, all this stuff. I guess we could refresh the shop, though. Let's do that. Hold to refresh shop. Ooh, the wrenching whip. Okay. Yeah. Say no more. Plus 100% damage to a burning target. Okay. wanted another Sonic Mania kind of game, but got something else instead. I've heard good things about it, but admittedly I don't know a ton about the game other than the general idea of it being somewhat Sonic inspired in a gameplay and like art direction. I don't really want this thing. I said this last week, but the wrenching whip is probably my favorite weapon in the game. Out to the promenade. We're almost tapped out as far as like upgrades for the collector goes. I wonder if there's more after we upgrade to plus quality. I didn't know that was a thing. I'm not gonna do that right now, but I might. Actually, I will do it for this. Shoots an arrow in front of you. Fantastic. I guess we'll take melee. Tempted to take sadism because we have the firebrands, and sadism makes you do extra damage to anything that is burning, bleeding, or poisoned. Obviously, the firebrands covers one of those things, but I don't know. I'll give it a rumination. We might pick it up at the end of this level. Or we might just go for combo. You can never really go wrong with that one, I don't think. Unless you're playing like a very defensive, sort of standoffish-y kind of game. Okay, I imagine this is the speed door, which is probably long closed by now. Yeah, okay. Let's go down, baby. New place. Knife dance 2. I'm good with the grenades, I think. Probably gonna pick up fireworks tech as like maybe my my last mutation. And then we can spam those puppies. In spite of the rock, paper, shotgun article I read a little bit ago informing me that apparently grenades are not great. But, you know. When have I ever listened to advice? Answer, like, a lot of the time, but I have heard so many different conflicting opinions about what the right thing to do in Dead Cells is that I think the actual answer is just like, you know, sharpen your skills a little bit and you can win with pretty much anything. I think people often get too hung up on trying to find the correct way to beat a video game in as short amount of time as possible. I'm here for a long time and a good time. And the end of time. And time is a valuable thing. Something, watching the pendulum swing. What do we got here? Frantic Sword 3, Nutcracker, Greed Shield. If I hadn't gotten the wrenching whip earlier, I would probably go for that sword. But I did get that. I did get the wrenching whip earlier, so no, thank you. I do like the Frantic Sword. It's not my favorite, but I like its moveset. It's nice and straightforward, easy to understand. Quick attacks, which I always favor in this game. Well, most of the time I favor them. I wouldn't say always, necessarily. You gotta roll with what you have sometimes, and if you're going, like, heavy on, survival, the green stat, most of the weapons that are green are a bit slower. So you gotta improvise, adapt, overcome. That guy got stuck. I don't know what that was all about. Alright, we got this rose key. We can't use this yet. I need to find the wall jump room. The fact that I have not found it yet is legitimately sort of bothersome to me. Like, I know, but my hunch is that it is in the alternate line through the game that I mentioned earlier, somewhere in there. But I don't actually know that for sure. What do we got here? I think I'm going to buy this and place the magnet grenade with it. Much as I do like the magnet grenade, the fact that it's only level 1 means that it's not, like, super powerful. And the swarm grenade is also a good thing, of course. It doesn't like having a little cadre of a buggy friend. Is that how you say that word? Cadre? 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 I don't know. One of those words I only ever see written, really. Well, I guess if I had ever heard it said, I wouldn't be seeing it at all. You know what I mean. Yeah, we'll make our backup stat survival. Have also heard that, like, scrolls are bad and you shouldn't get them. To me, that seems kind of silly, because fundamentally, that would be indicative of a very strange design problem with this game, if that was actually true. I am aware that getting more scrolls makes your enemies stronger, so I can envision, like, specific circumstances in which you might want to avoid them. If you, like, had not found any good weapons and were fairly late in the game, then it might not be worth the boost, but I don't know. That seems like a corner case at most to me. Maybe I am just disregarding good advice for no real reason, but I don't think so. Not this time. There we go. Okay, get another green. I do have to say, I have a sneaking suspicion that the game weights your drops based on what your stat distribution is. And that does unfortunately mean that if you put too many points into green, you get a lot of shields, which I'm not, like, big on. Big on shields also sounds like the name of, like, a character from a film noir movie. It's like Detective Sam Spade and his nemesis, big on shields. I'm gonna take this, but like not actually take it. I'm gonna just recycle it. Can I not? What the heck? I guess I have to go over the top here. There we go. I knew I would get it. Like I said earlier, sometimes the third time is the charm. Other times it is the 5th time, the 7th, the 9th. It's never an even number. That's the real secret. I guess if I wanted to, I could go to the ossuary. Yeah, what the hell, why not? We might die in the process because the ossuary is, like, it's hard. But, I think we'll be fine. And I believe the ossuary just spits us back out at the Black Bridge boss. The concierge. After we finish it. Gold reserves 4. Sure, let's upgrade our firebrands. The rest of this we can just leave it as it is for now. We're gonna take sadism. Maybe that's not the wisest decision I've ever made, but like I like it. Is the thing. Is the thing that I require you to understand is that I enjoy the sadism upgrade because it provides synergies, which are, you know, dope. I don't know offhand, and my assumption is that this is not the case, but I don't know offhand if the damage bonus from sadism applies just once, or if it applies multiple times for each ailment you've got on an enemy. So like if they're poisoned, they take extra damage, but if they're poisoned and burned, then they take extra damage. I don't think that's how it works. My assumption is that it's just kind of like a static, an on-off kind of thing. But I might be wrong. And if I am, that would open some interesting possibilities for builds involving that particular upgrade. Wow, I did not mean to fall down here. We took care of it, though. I remember when those weird, like, slug dispenser things were an enormous problem. Now it's just another day at the office, basically. The Dead Cells office. I almost said the Fortnite office, just, like, out of meme reflex, I guess. I don't even play Fortnite. The weird chuckle I added there made it sound like I was like denying something that was true, but I genuinely do not play the game. Which now that I've added that, it just makes it sound worse. So now I'm kind of trying to envision a scenario in which somebody would vehemently deny having ever played Fortnite. It's like, no, officer, I swear. I don't even know what a battle royale is. What's PUBG? I am feeling fairly on point right now, as the kids say. I don't think anybody says that anymore. On point is a dead expression. And of course, as soon as I said that, I got walloped in the face by one of these, like, Sonic the Hedgehog type fellas. They're not really that similar to Sonic the Hedgehog, but they're spiky and they roll. So the similarity is there enough for my purposes. The thing about the slugs is that they are not very sturdy. You know what I mean? They're not very durable. Blood Sword 4. Gosh, I should not be perhaps as attached to my whip as I am. Although looking at it, it looks like the DPS is actually about the same. But like the Blood Sword is fine, but I really just genuinely prefer the whip. The whip. Alright, heal up. That's the first time I've had to do that this run, which is actually, like, very much a good sign. Okay, that was just silly. But we're fine. I don't mean silly on the game's, like, on the game's part. I mean, like, I shouldn't have done that. Where's that YOLO thing again? I don't know what that means. I think that's when, like, it displays that when a monster walks off the edge of a platform. Is this better than the one that I have? Does more damage, but, like, doesn't... Yeah, I think this actually is much better. Like, I'm gonna miss the toxic cloud a little bit, but not that much, you know what I mean? Okay. I didn't even do that on purpose. I didn't know that. I didn't realize that that was up there. That's funny. Okay. Well, I'm not happy about that. I did say we might very well die in the estuary, so... Not like I'm really eating my words or anything, but still, that's irritating at best. Just kind of got clusterfucked by one of those, spinny fellows. I don't know what their actual name is, I don't remember it off the top of my head. Well, maybe this time we will try the sewer route, which is the other line of gameplay that I alluded to a little bit ago. I don't know how I feel about the Nutcracker. I don't get it often enough to have strong opinions on it. It seems okay, but, you know. I'm thinking this might end up being like a blue specialization run. I keep wanting to call it Dex, which kind of is what it is, but I mean the game refers to it as Tactics, which is like, I don't know. That's one of those things that like sort of annoys me in games is when the system is the same as a previously existing one, but they call it something else for no particular reason. See a lot of this on like RPG Maker games, where they'll have like your basic strength, intelligence, and dex stats, but they'll be called something else just kind of because. It's a little bit of a pet peeve, I guess. Not a huge one. You know how it is. I actually didn't realize that this had piercing. Yeah, shots pierce the first target. That's a good thing to have on a duplex bow. I mean, really, it's pretty good on any of the bows. We're already too late to make the speed door, I don't think, so there's really no reason to, go for that now instead of just exploring the rest of the level. We would have missed out on this chest, for example. Hey, the Statistic Stiletto. I like this thing. Even though we can't really take advantage of its properties right now, I prefer its moveset to the Nutcrackers. Although, as I said earlier, I have an inkling that we're going to end up... well, we kind of already have started speccing into tactics on this particular run. Just because, you know, we got a lot of blue stuff. Well, I guess technically it's purple. You know what I mean. Do I want flamethrower? Sure, I'll replace the crossbow with this. We can start getting some status effects going and get a little bit of extra juice out of our stiletto. Although, truth be told, most things that have enough HP for that to be useful are going to be like bosses and stuff. And the boss of the game line that we are pursuing is no joke. It's much harder than the concierge. But we seem to have explored all the stuff. So let's... wait, actually, did we get this room down here? We did. It's Divine Room. A do it for Divine Room. Toxic Sewers, Norman Bates. It's the gold reserves. It's the gold reserves. I'm not like too concerned about upgrading these right now. And let me think here. I'm tempted to take sadism again, but that's probably not a great idea. So we're gonna take efficiency and then support next at the end of the next level. I do very much appreciate the fact that for most of the ranged weapons you can crouch while you're using them. Still like a little bit salty that we lost that run earlier. We could have had it all. Rolling in the deep. Y'all like Adele? Yeah, you can tell we're not raising our brutality stat because our dagger's really not doing very much unless we get that bonus off of it. On it, rather. Okay, we got one of these bat boys over here. I'm not a fan of bat boys. I prefer soccer, thank you very much. That's not true. I don't really watch any sports. I think that was maybe the most roundabout way I could have finished him off. But that's fine. There appears to be another bow up there. I would like to get it, if possible. But I don't know if that is possible. That looks like it might be an area we can only reach with the wall jump rune, which I Still have not found, as discussed earlier. Mushroom, mushroom, mushroom. Yeah, I'm a little annoyed about that, admittedly. Maybe... What about this? Assassin's Dagger. I'm good. Okay, well... Wow, I managed to roll it directly into the spit. Beautiful. Okay, that's gonna pop, and he's gonna, like, start teleporting around to get to us. Yeah. There we go. You gotta keep your cool. That's the real secret. Collects gold and sells over an unlimited different distance. Also gave us a level of survivability, which gives us a fair amount of much needed HP. I guess the argument for not taking scrolls, or at least not taking scrolls very often, is that you do get levels in various stats off of items sometimes, but I don't know, that just seems like a case of looking a horse in the mouth, really. Is this better than the one we have? It is, yes. Meant to recycle that, but oh well. Okay, we will go down there a little bit. Yes, chest. Corrupted power. Well, like... No, I don't think so. Like, we got efficiency, and we're going to be getting support on the next level. We've kind of built around the sort of the trap skills, I guess you would call them. The deployables. What do we got here? High boost boots and swarm grenade 2+. I don't think going with the double damage received and double damage inflicted thing is really a wise idea when we have as little HP as we do. And when we're not speccing into brutality to really take advantage of the Hayabusa boots damage potential. Maybe that was the wrong decision, but I don't think it was, to be quite honest with you. Let's take a sip of our water. Life-giving, to be honest with you. And we are starting to, just a little bit, feel the problem of, like, the things that we're using to deal damage are... One of them isn't very good, because we're not speccing into that stat, and the other is not terrific because, here, actually, let's put a point in red, but, like, the other is what we started the game with, so it's not really a huge problem right now, but it might get there if we don't solve this soon. I am cogent of the Frost Blast up there. No, that's just, like... I like Frost Blast more than many players of this game that I have seen, but I don't think it really worked with what we got going on here. And it's not good enough to, like, warp our run around it. If it was the ice bow, I probably would have taken it. But it was not. Okay, head down here. Infantry bow. Yeah. Sorry, Stiletto. I love you, but sometimes you have to let things you love go and all that good nonsense. Alright, that's the exit to the ramparts, which I believe means we have explored this whole level. Except for that tiny bit up there, it doesn't look like there's anything down there. Yeah, let's make our way to the ancient sewers. Almost enough to get that squared away. This also had shots pierce the first target. Like, I think I'm good, honestly, on that front. Take support. We don't necessarily want tranquility, since the infantry bow incentivizes us to get up close and personal. We might actually want to take the double ammo one, which I almost never take, but if you're rolling with two bows, it doesn't seem like a terrible idea. Alright. 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 The mushrooms, man. The mushroom mans. Fucking... Bleh. Okay. Hi. Why have I suddenly, like, lost all my hand-eye coordination? What's going on here? Being hexed from afar. The last thing I need right now is a shield, but thank you for the offer, I guess. I'm not actually particularly thankful for the offer, but they don't need to know that. They don't want you to have two bows. Okay. Wow. Alright. Not super proud of myself for that. We, like, really need to be careful. We've blown through half of our heals already, and we basically just got here. This is an elite enemy. Which I'm gonna go for, despite my better judgment, because there's probably a bunch of blueprints down here that I haven't gotten yet, and this might drop one. There we go. It did not drop a blueprint, but it dropped an amulet. Damage you take is inflicted on the enemy. Downward smash attacks burn the ground. Sure. But actually, I didn't realize until I'd already recycled it that does bring us back down to one level of survival. But thankfully we've leveled up enough since we got that I don't think it's really a huge deal. I guess if I'm speccing into only one stat, I could ignore, scrolls of other, that let it only have the other two. But, like, I want the HP is the thing. Maybe there's an argument to be made for that not being a wise decision. In that case, I can see the wisdom, or at least the idea that it might be taken as a wisdom. I don't really think I want knife dance. Now, if it was throwing knives, we might have a conversation on our hands, but it was not. Okay, we got some bread. That's a good thing. That's not what I meant to do right then. Okay. Yeah. Sometimes you really do need to take advantage of those downward strike attacks being pretty decent. What are you? Nerves of Steel 3L. Inflicts a critical hit if the arrow is shot at the right moment. Victims emit a toxic cloud and shouts when it's the first target. Ah! I see. How very interesting. Okay. I like it. This actually, probably we should replace, not the infantry bow with this, but the duplex bow. Because they sort of serve similar purposes. If we need to get up close and personal, we can do that with the infantry bow, but if we have the distance, we should use the Nerves of Steel. My assumption is that this is like a blueprint weapon that we can get later. I have had that before, where where I've gotten like a unique weapon that was of a type that I didn't have unlocked yet. Not a unique weapon, a colorless weapon. In fact, I think last week I got, I think this was on stream, but it might not have been. I got a Valash's whip, which I did not yet have. Okay, so, like, this is actually a dream combination, I think. I think. Quick Bow 3 would have been great in, like, any other circumstance. But, like, we're bowed out. we care about one thing, and that thing is bows. Even when it doesn't get the crit, the Nerves of Steel seems like just like a solid weapon all around. I like it. I'm a fan. That's what I'm trying to convey to you. Okay, the shield guys, like, I continue to not be a huge fan of. Oh, this one doesn't have any auto-aim. That's worth remembering. Most of the bows have, like, a small amount of, they'll automatically adjust a little bit up or down to hit enemies on the ledge. This one does not appear to have that. You have to actually be on the level with them. I don't like the looks of this. Guards things. Ah, it's just money. What am I supposed to do with all these yellow rocks? A little bit of a foreshadowing there. In my opinion... Ooh, a chest. We have a bit of a golden opportunity right now. You could not pay me to take that electric whip over either of the weapons that we've got right now. I like the whips, although the electric whip is probably my least favorite of them. But, this Nerves Steel bow, I think, presents a unique opportunity in combination with the Frost bow and, our next boss that we're going to be facing. I say next, but it's actually going to be the first one that we've gotten to so far this run. Yeah, just stand in the poison. Who cares? Who gives a fuck about poison? Nobody. Not a single living human being. I'm a real human being. Yes. Oh no, I'm being raided. Hazard Haley is raiding with a party of 2. Hello and welcome. Hello Jane, how's it going? It's going okay. Kind of had a little bit of a day before the stream, and how am I supposed to do this? Hold on. I don't think I can get up there that way. Kind of had like a little bit of a thing happen before the stream, so I didn't come in the best mood, and I kind of bungled my first run. But it's been good since then. We got a cool weapon that I have not seen before. And, yeah, it's going okay. I don't know what to do about that. Whoa. Seriously? About that, the bit with the spikes over there. That's... And we're out of heals, which I'm, like, super not thrilled about. It would be a bit of a darn shame to squander this run before we even got to the thing that I wanted to get past on this run. Or on this stream, rather. Like, if we get to the boss, we die on the boss, that's one thing. But I would like to at least get to her. Hope you feel better soon. Oh, thank you. Streaming helps me feel better. Which is maybe, like, not healthy. But, you know, I'll take what I can get. You gotta keep your eye on that glow and wait for it to turn yellow. Yeah, okay, so it sort of looks like that bit that I couldn't figure out how to get past is the way to the way to the exit. Which is troubling. Because, you know, again, couldn't figure out how to get past it. You have a question for me. Well, ask away. I will probably answer unless it's something, you know, very silly. There we go. Okay, it had to take it at a certain angle, I guess. That still seems like it shouldn't have spawned that way, but maybe I'm losing my mind a little bit. Am I out of my head? Am I out of my mind? How could I ever have been so blind? What can I say? It's complicated. Where's our fungus among us? There he is. I'm out! Oh. Well, I guess that works too, doesn't it? Huh. Never thought about using the elevators that way before. Like, in general, donations are better, but it's your money, so, like, however you want to spend it as far as, that kind of thing goes is completely fine by me. As I have tried to make a habit out of saying, donations never expected, but always appreciated. The Insufferable Crypt. Conjunctivius. This is the boss that I was referring to, for the record. She is some sort of eye monster, and is very difficult to kill. However, I have a hunch that if we keep our diligence up, and we play well, we might be able to work something out. These tentacles are no joke either. Which, phrasing. I should really be using the traps for this part, honestly. Just because, like, trying to actually hit these with your weapons while also dodging them it just doesn't work. Especially the red one, which moves significantly faster than the other couple. And if you're curious, yes, this is one of those boss fights that's got like phases and junk. So there's a lot of things to keep track of here. Ammo stuck in enemy. Alright, well, kind of figured that that would become a problem at some point. We're just going to have to wait for him to fall out. And dodge as we do so. Actually, try like popping some traps around like that. Probably not a terrible idea. I don't know. Again, trying to actually fight the tentacles is a fool's game. It's probably actually quite doable, but, you know, this is easier. We just focus on dodging. Occasionally they get spaced out in such a way that it's very hard to dodge all of them. Thankfully, the subsequent waves have fewer tentacles, despite those tentacles being stronger. And in the case of the red ones, a bit faster. I have died to this boss like a good half-dozen times by now. I would like to make this my first successful attempt against her. By the way, I'm not pulling that her out of my hat. The game actually calls her that in one of the tooltips. What use a giant bug monster, or a giant bug-eye monster has for gender, I do not know, but who am I to question it? Thank you. That honestly means a lot. Sorry I paused there, it was just, I wanted to look at the chat, I didn't want to get hit while I was doing it. Okay. I'm gonna try to freeze her, and we can, like... Oh, you do not want to get caught in that red thing. And we can, like, take a heal. Yeah. Alright, we got more tentacles coming. I've never tried doing this with like a bit of a more methodical approach. Most of the times I made it this far, I had brutality builds. So, I think that maybe it's just that there's an easy and a hard way to handle this boss, and I've been choosing to do the hard way until this point. Whoa, 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 okay, hey. Hi. Again, probably shouldn't actually bother trying to fight these. Probably didn't need to heal there. Might regret wasting that later. Ammo stuck in enemy. Well, that's not good. Ooh, this is always a bit of a jamboree. That's not what jamboree means. I know that that's not what jamboree means. Hey, I fucking did it. What is up? Tentacles are red means it's meaner now. Yeah, the red tentacles are the ones that move more quickly. Got an achievement. I got what appears to be a marksman's bow. Marksman's bow 3L. Shots leave a trail of flames. Ammo plus 3. Shots pierce all enemies. Ah, screw it. Like, I really do like the ice bow combo a whole lot, but, blueprint acquired. Tonic. Gin and tonic? Slumbering Sanctuary. I have a hunch that this here is where we get the rune for, oh, we can put 51 into that. Awesome. the rune for, you know what I'm trying to say. The rune for the wall jump skill. What I am going to do is I'm going to heal up, and before we walk through the next area here, I'm going to go, like, grab a small snack real quick. I'll use the elevator, but we will be pausing. And then we'll go to the Slumbering Sanctuary. I have no idea what is behind that door, so this will be interesting. Be right back, folks. Don't go nowhere. I am back. Apparently by a snack, I meant like an entire cheese sandwich. It's kind of amazing how much the bread and cheese I bought from the dollar store just doesn't taste like anything. I would describe the taste as matter, slightly cold matter. Keys giveaway again. Yeah, like after the stream, we can just do that the same way we did last time. I will, bug you on Discord about it, or Twitter, or somewhere of that nature. Alright. And we are in a place we've never been before now. I like the architecture here. It reminds me of something. I'm having a hard time putting my finger on what. Good to know that the marksman's bow is still doing work. Ooh, I don't like the looks of these fellas. They turn invisible. Does everyone down here turn invisible? Ooh. You're a real Dark Souls looking motherfucker. What is your secret? Okay, so those guys are the ones that maintain the invisibility. That makes sense. And it has like a Protoss kind of vibe, as far as from StarCraft. Yeah, I kind of feel that. I don't know if that's what I had in mind, but I do definitely see what you mean. Wow. I don't know how we get through those weird, like, energy doors. Kind of wanted those 6 cells, but ooh, what are you? Ooh. I don't like that. Yeah. We're gonna have to tread carefully. Oh, there's a statue of one of those guys from the Ramparts. Good enough. This is some scary business down here. I don't like these floating, like, phantom things. Actually, they look a little bit like Ghost Freak from Ben 10. Thankfully, this bow is, like, apparently such a masterwork that it can take most of them out in one shot, provided I get a crit. It's actually almost is giving me, like... I haven't played a ton of Metroid games, but kind of gives me, like, Metroid vibes for some reason. Ooh, an elite enemy. I mean... Rarely are we going to be in a better position to take one on than we are right now. Let's just make sure that this area down here is clear. It appears to be. Alright. Come on, then. Oh, of course it's one of you. Alright, and they're called casters. I guess that's something to know. Wow. We have quite possibly made an enormous mistake. I really don't like that I didn't manage to dodge that, but at least we're alive. I really don't have any use for a shield. Ruby Amulet 6. 2 extra jumps in midair, dodging plants with bomb. Yeah, that seems just like pretty much a straight upgrade from the one that we had already. I got hit by that hook, but I guess it doesn't do any damage until he reels you in with it. Good to know. Okay, see, the thing is that how this is set up over here is much harder to set up shots with the marksman's bow. There we go. I managed to do it. Not saying I'm a genius or anything, but you know, I am apparently the world's best Dead Cells player. That was a bit of a self-deprecating joke for y'all. I hope I have fulfilled your expectations. Oh boy. Ah, boy. I know what they're trying to do here. Also, like, there's no teleporters in this place, which is super weird, because those are like kind of a fundamental tenet of the game, and there's just not any here. But what I was gonna say is that I have a sneaking suspicion that like big pit over there is the place that will contain the big enemy we need to fight in order to get whatever rune they have on offer here. Absolutely not. Fuck off. I guess we don't really have much of a choice because there's nowhere else to go. Suffice it to say, I am a bit frightened. Is there an esports scene for Dead Cells? As far as like speedrunning and stuff? I'm not sure. Probably though. Oh, ew, hold on. There's a gross bug on my wall. I gotta go take care of that. What am I gonna get rid of you with? What even are you other than gross? No, sir. Ugh. Grody. Ugh. Please don't kill it. I mean, if it was like a moth or something that I knew was harmless, I would just let it outside, but I didn't know what that was, and it was like black and red, which is not... Fucking hell. which is not usually a good color for bugs to be if they are not dangerous in some capacity. Hey, I killed it, and hey, ironically enough, we have a rune with a spider on it. Spider rune. This permanent rune lets you cling to walls. Let's fucking go. I am into it. Okay, so it wasn't a wall jump rune, it was a wall crawl rune. Cockroach? No, I've seen cockroaches before. It wasn't a cockroach. Like, I feel a little bit bad, but at the same time, you know. Ooh, what did I just do? What? Did that open all the yellow doors? Is that what that did? And then, like, respawn enemies? Or maybe put... No. You fuckers. Okay, wow. This area is some. Like, I just don't know what to make of a lot of. What are you? Ooh, painful. That's what you are. Painful. Oh, and you got a blueprint. Winds of the Crow. Okay. Somebody remind me to thank Win later. I guess now we can go this way, and there are normal teleporters and such over here. And a treasure chest. What you got for me? Electric whip. Not even like a little bit interested, but thanks, I guess. Why would I ever want to go over that when I could just go beneath it? That's silly. I think that probably that's supposed to generate in the other, like, that's not really, like, how that's meant to generate, and it just kind of did. Because the random nature of things, leads to stuff like that happening sometimes. And I rolled right into an explosion. Okay. Fall back. There's no shame in a tactical retreat. Oh. Huh. Don't like that. Cells? I haven't even seen this location. I'm way early. Yeah, this is my first time getting to this part of the game, too. It's scary. Just the... Oh, fuck you. That's low. What do we got here? Valmont's Whip 5. I'm sorry, but honestly, like, you'd really have to offer me something absolutely outstanding to get me to get rid of these bows right now. Maybe that's foolish. I don't know. Seems to be working out okay for me. I'm hoping we're nearing the end of this madness. Like, jeez. Hey, here we go, the Forgotten Sepulchre. That's the next area. Yeah. There might be some kind of alternate exit. In fact, I'm pretty sure that there is an alternate exit down that way. But, I've seen what I need to see for today, I think. Dog's sitting a puppy for a few days and only just now got tired enough to stop trying to run around and bite and is just sitting in the shower. The dog is a cop. Crawl. Does 121 HP and fully protects you for 4 seconds. We'll go for Wings of the Crow first. Seems a little bit more exciting. Actually had that once, because of how powers in this game work. If you get a colorless weapon, you have a small chance to get something you haven't seen before. Positive if the owner covered the things they didn't want to bite and like... Huh. Yeah, you know how dogs are and all that. One second, folks. Also, apologies for the very loud noise that probably just rang in your ears right then. Alright, I am back. Again, sorry about that loud noise then. That was the messenger service on this computer. Anytime you tab over while you're playing a video game, it's like, while you were gaming, and then tries to impress you by showing you that it can detect that you got an email. Now, the Forbidden Sepulchre, or Forgotten Sepulchre, rather, I have been to before, but it's a bit tricky because there's this mechanic you might be noticing with all these lanterns, and if we go away from those for too long in the dark, we will start taking damage very quickly. And those little blue ones actually don't stay around forever. They only last about a minute or so each before they disintegrate. The only ones that are permanent are these orange ones. Which is why, despite my every instinct in my body screaming at me that we should not do this, I am going to fight this fellow. Because there's a lantern in here. Kind of wish the lanterns were green so I could make green lantern jokes, even though I'm like, honestly, like not really a huge fan of the franchise. No, I don't hate it or anything, I just don't know very much about it. But, you know. Okay, the one bad thing about using bows is that if your draw gets interrupted, your attack no longer connects. You might have noticed we actually did start taking damage for just a quick second there, which is why I started recklessly running down this this thing over here. Lantern Hold on, I can put one down. Okay. It is important to grab that one at the start of the level, if you're able to, the portable one, even though it recharges very slowly, because it will get you out of situations like that one. Alright. Okay. Let's try to stop dying. It's better if you don't do that, generally. Okay, we found a permanent lantern. That is a good thing. There's an oiled sword over there. I'm considering it, but I don't... It would have to be very good to get me to get rid of my bows. Just the simple fact of the matter. But Mum, it's just my boo. Oiled sword 5+ is now in front of S. It's not good enough. To make a long story short, it ain't selling itself hard enough for me. I would need it to be significantly better. Not inherently opposed to the idea of getting rid of these bows, it's just that the thing we replace them with would have to be equally good at the very least. If not markedly better. Superheroes are very boring. I don't know if I agree with that, but I don't think it's a ridiculous opinion either. I have been on many sides of superhero-related nerd arguments over the past several years of my life. Although actually, now that I think of it, not so much anymore. Teleport. This probably leads to the key. Yes. Okay. I need a key. It's locked. Y'all ever played Diablo 2? It's a good video game. One that I am actually quite fond of. Big mood. It's a golden lab. Huh. I was also envisioning like a tiny little dog. An ankle biter, as my grandma always used to call him. Probably shouldn't be recklessly dropping down so much. Okay. So... Ooh, but... Like... Again, I kind of want to take the firebrands, but I don't think it's a good idea. You know what I mean? 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 What do I mean? Diablo 2 is very fun indeed. I agree. I wish it was not so difficult to get a hold of now. Or actually, wait, no, they finally added it to their online store, I think, a few years ago. I know for a while it was like very difficult to get a hold of. I did consider that rapier, but the rapier in general is not a weapon that I'm super fond of in this game. And I don't think we're in any position to be taking the, not this time, buddy. To be taking the, like, plus 100% damage taken, 1 HP restored every time you attack thing. Not a huge on that particular modifier in general. We're taking damage. Let's get over to the lantern. Okay. And there you saw one of them just dissolve while we were looking at it. Usually they wait till you're off screen, which is actually worse in my opinion, because then you don't know for sure. What do we got here? A lightning bolt 5+. Tempting. And it's got like a lot more DPS also. We could also get a better trap. Shots pierce the first target. A swarm of biting worms crawls from the victims. But we did also just get the lantern, which does other things as well. Grinding out armor sets. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those genres, I think, where I can't actually bring myself to recycle it. Like, I should, because it makes no logical sense to not, but it got us so far. But, yeah, like, those, like, point-and-click action RPGs are definitely a genre you kind of have to be into in order to enjoy. It's like a sort of either it clicks with you or it doesn't kind of thing. At least that's true in my experience, most people I've spoken to about the subject over the years. Anytime I say over the years, I make myself sound like I'm like an 80-year-old fucking like Korean War veteran reminiscing about the bygone days, literally just talking about video games. Let's get up this lantern again. I don't trust the darkness mechanic to behave, and I don't actually like 100% know how it works. I just know the general gist, which is the whole, don't get caught in the dark for too long thing. This lightning bolt's doing good work for us. Ooh. No. No, son. Not today. Well, that was almost very bad for us. I was actually pretty young when I played Diablo 2. I was like not good at it in any real sense of the word. I just like being a necromancer and having a huge army of skeletons. And one golem, because they restricted you to one. Le golem est moi. Clock room is down that way. That's an elite fight that, like, under almost any other circumstance, I'd be like, sure, but I'm not taking my chances. No streamer mode? No. Basically, my account is fucked up, and I can't. To make a very long story very short. We will save unlocking Wings of the Crow for the next round, so we can actually get it when it's, like, useful to us. Trust me, if I could enable streamer mode, I would, since my understanding is that one of the things that you can do with it is, like, you can have people who are watching heal you somehow. Anyway, we're gonna fight the second boss of the game now. I've only beaten this guy, like, twice, I think. I've never gotten particularly far afterwards, so... should have known that was going to happen. Now this guy, in contrast, like, I kind of feel like bows are maybe not great for him. Actually, kind of wish we still had the ice bow right now. Okay, like, stop that, please, is the thing. No. He's gonna do the shurikens. Shirukens, I don't actually know for sure if shuriken is how you say it. We're fucked. Oh, we have 1 hit point left. Oh my god. Alright. Fucking hell. The chain thing seems really like it should not be as hard to dodge as I make it out to be. But for some reason, it gets me pretty much every time. So does that, like, horizontal slash that he does. I don't think we're winning this one. Much as I would like to. Yeah. No. 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 Ah! The castle is where I almost die. I think I've only gotten to the castle like once, if that's if it's the area that I'm thinking of. Hello. My girlfriend is attempting to sneak.
Just because I'm bad at it doesn't mean you have to announce my presence.
But it's not fun if I don't.
They don't know I'm here.
They do now.
Because you told them.
Tell your girlfriend she's not very good at sneaking. Yeah. You know. That's how things are. Okay, I'm like completely out of whack now because I'm using the bow for like a solid half hour. Gotta remember how to use like other weapons real quick. There's no reason to be dying against the archers on the first floor. Ooh, a malachite stone. I am very fond of the wrenching whip, as I've said many times. I always also, like, consistently internally refer to it as the Scourge Whip, which is not even close to what it's actually called. I think there was something called that in Dark Souls 2. We should also, like, keep in mind that particular new addition to our movement set, the whole, the wall crawling thing. Seems like something that might be useful. It's attributed to a bag, it's a hunter's grenade. We'll focus on that some other time. I kind of want to have, like, a somewhat more relaxed run now that I just did that whole thing with doing a bunch of stuff that I've never done before in the game. Hey, another wrenching whip, and this one is slightly better. Wrenching whip, wrenching nene. I thought of that, and because I thought of it, you had to be subjected to it as well. What you got? Mushroom man. Ooh, the bow and endless quiver. Sure. I mean, it's like, it's not very good, but I'm also not really using the electric whip at all, so why not? Is my philosophy on that one. Yes, I pronounced philosophy wrong. since we're probably going to be speccing into brutality, I would kind of like some grenades or something as opposed to these more tricksy tactics spec weapons. But I guess I'll settle with what I've got for now. Or for what I've got, rather. Ever notice that all of the gems that you can get in this game are also characters in Steven Universe? Yes. It's like actually all of them, I think. Except for the shiny pebble, which I don't know if that really counts as a gem, given that they call it a pebble. Here we go. Yeah, Knife Dance 2, I will take over Explosive Decoy. Which, like, is good, but I don't think I fully understand its intricacies. Have we cleared the level already? We have. Alright. Cool. Okay, this isn't really a good run for this. And we just got... Yeah, okay, that was dumb of me. I should have thought about that. But we'll use that at some point over the course of this stream. Probably. I shouldn't promise that, actually, because knowing me, the more I promise it, the less likely I am to actually do it. I also just remembered I still need to upload the Shapes and Forms VOD from Friday. It's been darn near a week, and I still have not done it. I also completely forgot to do my, rote like and subscribe thing, so while I'm thinking about it, and because I forgot to earlier when I actually got up to take a break, if you like what you're watching, you may either subscribe to me over on twitch.tv/PlanetJane, or if you would like to support me directly and forgo subscriber benefits, you can donate on paypal.me/PlanetJane. You can also, of course, subscribe to the group channel if you would like to support Pretty Neat Gamers on the whole. That is also perfectly fine. But yeah, all that good stuff. It's a dirty job, but someone's got to do it. I don't know. Like, we're not going to be sticking with this bow and arrow, I don't think, so I'm just going to go for survival because it gives us slightly more HP. It's a lame reason to do something, but, you know. Sometimes lame things are important, like the tax code. Without that, we wouldn't have public transportation. And I know, because until a couple months ago I lived in somewhere that had very lax tax laws, but no public transportation, and it blew. Avoid it if you can, is my my suggestion. I thought I saw... Oh. What? What? What's happening? What? What the fuse? What the hell was that? Huh. I don't know if that was supposed to be like that and there was like a light switch or something I could find in there to be able to see what I was doing. Or if that was just like a bug and it didn't... I don't know enough about game design to like meaningfully speculate on what might have caused that to happen, but that was weird. Certainly a new one for me. Let's heal up so we don't die on the fucking promenade. Like, this was my first time playing the game. Be lashed. Also, as always, like, if you guys got any burning questions on your brain, do feel free to ask. Replace the cluster grenade with this, actually, because it kind of sucks. Rather, the power grenade. The cluster grenade is what we bought. What time is it anyway? It's going on 7. We got like an hour left. Okay. Good to always keep the one's eye on the time. And if you're looking at your clock right now and you're saying, hold on, it's actually going on 8, I live in the central time zone. To be honest with you, I always kind of thought time zones were stupid. Like, I feel like it's fine for things to happen at different times of the day for different places of the world. And the idea that we need to, like, adjust clocks forwards and backwards an hour, so that way it's like, oh, somebody says something's happening at 3 p.m. Like, that's... It conveys, like, the same time of day to people living in different parts of the world, but 3 p.m. isn't actually the same time everywhere in the world. 3 p.m. here is very different than 3 p.m. in Japan, for example. It's just strange to me. Actually, I don't think in Japan they use a 24-hour clock, but you know what I mean. That's another thing, like a 24-hour... Like, it's not a huge deal, but there's really no reason to have a 12-hour clock that cycles twice a day instead of just using a regular, like a 24-hour clock that cycles once. It's silly. In my humble indie bundle. Can we not die to this guy? Like, oh my god. Okay. Thank you. Goodness. It's good we're not taking the harder path, because I'm suddenly playing, like absolutely horribly. I think I used up all my dead cells juice for the day. Ow, oops, ow, dead cells hurting juice. Give me the green stuff. Got here. I suppose a bit better than Bow and Endless Quiver. Do I want to take the Hayabusa boots? Like, well, no, I don't want to take them because the Wrenching Whip is basically my deity. But it's probably not a terrible idea. Farewell, old friend. May we meet again someday soon. I'm being very dramatic about switching weapons in a video game. Da da dee da da da. I've got cells on my head, but don't call me a dead cell. Okay. Where does... This probably takes us to the thing with the... Yeah, I don't care. Actually, wait. I think I can. Where's the other one? I don't think we've come across it yet, but there's like another one of those keys. I think we might actually finally be able to get up there. I didn't think about that at all. Because thinking's not really my strong suit. I am more of the sit still, look pretty type. Still getting used to the new nav. The prison depths. Ooh. We will check that out in a little bit. I want to see if I can get this. Ooh, cursed treasure chest. Not right now, buddy. Most of the time, if I saw one of them on the in the promenade, I'd be like, sure. However, I'm trying to do a thing. So, right now, I would rather not. I have heard tell of the prison depths. I have heard about them on Let's Plays and things like that. I do not really know what awaits me there, though. Probably something sort of like prison-y. I do like how the game is sort of, for lack of a better way to put it, kind of like multi-threaded. You kind of have to, like, you can't just pick one path through the game and always go that way. You have to get everything. So you have to go through all the paths at least once. Okay, can we unlock these doors now? I think so. Wait, there's 3 doors. Where's the 3rd key? Huh. That's interesting. Yeah, because like we go up here, and it's like, oh no, we can't get through. Also, that appears to be the blueprint for the Nerves of Steel that we got a rare of last time. Interesting. That's kind of frustrating. I wonder if it has to do with that dark room that we found, although I don't see an icon for the rose key on the map, so I'm gonna guess that no, actually. Well, let's go check out the prison depths. See what they've got on offer. Slow and steady wins the race. You know, actually, we'll take the tonic. Because we're not really using Knife Dance, and we do have a fair amount of, what's-its in why am I finding it hard to think of words? In survival. That's what I was trying to say. Apparently it was so difficult for my mouth to produce the phonetics required to convey that information. Into the prison depths we go. Got another achievement. This is another place where they've got these like vanishing enemies. Fucking bazaba. That wasn't a word. Also, it seems like the tonic you only get 1 use per level, which makes it significantly less useful than I would have wanted it to be. Although I guess I can understand. They seem to really hard restrict anything that lets you heal. The vampirism power does the same thing. thought my girlfriend was calling for me, but I think actually she's just talking on the phone to somebody. Is all that's occurring there? At the very least, we're kind of kicking the nonsense out of these spinny boys. I don't know what this... Whoa, hi! Not used to enemies that can, like, see me while I'm above them. I don't know what I expected out of him, but it was definitely not that. There we go. Okay. Spider bots. Dangerous, as it turns out. We need to remember that we've got the wall crawl now. We also need to remember that that Bug died for our sins so that we can get the wall crawl. I know I'm doing the thing that you shouldn't do, which is constantly switching weapons in the hopes that, you know, somehow find the one. It's not really how that works in this game. Ooh, what is this? Heavy turret. My assumption was that it was some kind of cudgel, but I guess it's a deployable trap type thing. Why did I up my tactics? That was stupid. I have no idea why I did that. What the heck? Well, at least we got a bunch of HP. That's something, I guess. No. Yeah! It does bombs, too. Goodness gracious. Oil grenade. I feel like I can kind of intuit what that does. Then perish. Get gold as well as cell. Damage reduced by 75% from projectiles. Sure. Sounds good to me. Amulets, I think, are not complicated. You just kind of take the better one. Numerically, it's usually the one that is, like, actually better. Can it see me through... Okay, it can't see me through, hard platforms. That's good to know. You know, I probably should have stuck with the boots. The Frantic Sword is not quite as good. I don't think it's bad. It's, like, very close, but I kind of got rid of the boots for no reason. Oh well. I do like the Frantic Sword. I don't get an excuse to use it too often, because there's usually something slightly better nearby. Hold on. That's an interesting lighting effect going on there. No, nothing. I've kind of stopped even bothering with these doors, because it seems like at most you get some, like, haha funny dialogue out of them. Fucking butova. Okay. No worries. Anderson pack and knowledge. Okay, that didn't work how I wanted it to. We should heal. We've got plenty of them left. There's no reason to not. The ossuary. That's interesting, because the ossuary is another place you can get to, oh Jesus, from the Promenade of the Condemned. So to see an exit for it here, also after the Promenade of the Condemned, is very peculiar. Not that I'm necessarily complaining. It's just weird. I don't really want either of these. I guess I'll just like take the night dance in order to recycle it. Yeah, let's head back down here. There's a shop up here, it looks like. Cool. What you got? Nothing I want, but that's fine. No. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking that I'm a small baby because I keep turning away the cursed chests. But I think whether or not you take one of those is kind of a matter of reading your circumstance. Right now, I do not think we have a circumstance that is beneficial to that. But that's just my humble indie bundle. Marksman's bow. Well, like, nah. I don't know. This is a hard one because we do have enough levels in words in survivability that it would do a decent amount of damage. And then we've got like kind of a quartet going on, kind of a two-piece band. A two-piece band and a quartet are notably different things, but we got that, and we got the frantic sword for up close. On the other hand, we would lose our freeze, but maybe that's fine. Sure, we'll give this a spin for a while. I do like the marksman's bow, so it's not me giving the weapon itself a spin, it's me giving the weapon in this context a spin. Infantry grenade 3. No thank you. Why are you just up here by yourself? There's nothing else up here. Just a man in a room. It's sad what the internet does to some people. Got a hikikomori enemy. I guess this is basically just like a bonus area that we can go to between here and the ossuary. It's good to know. Probably a route that I would choose to take much of the time. Because you get sick extra loot. And also some blueprints. Heavy turret. Interesting. Let's get this grenade unlocked. Yeah. I was kind of hoping it also ignited. Let's like, well, our tonic ignites things. That's interesting. I don't know. We'll make it work. Don't really want fireworks technician. Let's just take necromancy. You can never go wrong with necromancy. It's a good choice in almost any situation. Situation. You know there's no higher form of comedy than pronouncing things incorrectly? It's true. I was told that by my meter. And my other theaters. I don't know where this joke is going. Probably nowhere productive is the answer. Marksman's bow, though, is worth noting. It's not quite as good without the piercing. See, I like that they work well in conjunction together. Anything that the bow can't handle, the sword can, and vice versa. I don't quite know what I was expecting, but yeah, really, the oil grenade doesn't seem to do a whole hell of a lot unless you have something to light the oil on fire with. Who'd have thunk it, right? Got rid of a perfectly good cluster grenade for no reason. Wait, do you, like... Can you slide on the oil? Or am I losing my mind? I think that was actually just the speed boost I got from killing the enemy. Kicking in, like, mid-roll. Not mid-roll, like mid-roll at, you know what I mean. Also, I'm not sure that we need necromancy and the tonic. Seems a little bit much. If I was in a new area again, it would be a different story, but I've been here before. See? Hey, don't teleport behind me, nothing personnel kid. It's absolutely foreboding. What do you have? Twin daggers 5. Yeah, none of this really looks particularly interesting. We don't have any money for it anyway, so let's roll. Autobots, roll out. Honestly, Dead Cells Man seems like he's the sort who would root for the Decepticons out of a sort of a sense of contrarianism. And yes, I am just willing to call him Dead Cells Man, since I don't think he has a name canonically. Or maybe we, like, learn it at the end of the game, or something like that. He's a dead salesman, he's a dead salesman. He's taking all your cells and taking away your cells. He's a dead salesman, he's a dead salesman. I'm not a fantastic singer, if you haven't noticed. No. I'm good. You know, the frantic sword's kind of a weird weapon when I think about it, because like, if you're playing well, you never get any additional benefit for it, or from it rather. It's only of use when you've been hit already, which doesn't make it bad or anything of the sort. It's just kind of an odd thing to think about, I guess. Okay. Goodbye. What are you offering? A scroll of power. Sure. Even as someone who is decidedly pro-scroll, I'm never entirely sure if it's worth it to actually pay for one, but, you know. Well, I guess if it's low, or if you're low on them, rather, then it would be, definitely, but, you know. Or if you're, like, just absolutely rolling in money. As you sometimes are in this game. Ooh. An elite one of you. Also, apparently these things are called lacerators. Which, I mean, it's not a bad name. Bum. You burn the ground when you burn the ground when you run. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I've got a fire for a heart. You know you want it. I like this. I like this a lot. I don't like that so much, but we're fine. They call me the fire starter. The twisted fire starter. And this is one of the rare amulets where I think I wouldn't just give it up for anything that was numerically higher. It would have to have that mod again. Because all the stuff we have that makes oil makes this very good for certain things. Basically anything we don't want to fight directly, we can just lob an oil grenade at it and then, like, mosey on over. And there we go. I mean, honestly, the oil grenade itself is optional. That's not good what we just did there, but thankfully we're not really punished for it in any way. Take that elevator momentarily. I just want to see what's over here real quick. Answer. A guy. One of these lacerator so-and-sos. And yes, I reserve the right to call them so-and-sos. I'm actually kind of tempted to reset our mutations. And maybe instead of combo, pick out sadism. Just because we've now got a bunch of stuff that inflicts status effects. Small bag. Interesting. Lore on a stick. Okay. Haha. Y'all ever make a mistake? I just did. But it's okay. Hey, there's the exit to the Black Bridge. I do want to kill these fellas first. Did I just say fellows? My hick roots are showing. There, I think that's everybody. Just like for completionism's sake, you know? There is like an area we didn't get to over there. Let's go check that out real quick. It's this way, looks like. I think I just missed, yeah, it's like we got like a wall walk path we gotta take up here. Well actually, this doesn't appear to lead to where we're trying to go. In fact, this looks totally disconnected from the rest of the map. Huh. This game still holds many secrets. I don't know how to get up there. If I did, I would gladly go do that, but I do not. Let's go fight the concierge. With all of the other silliness we've gotten into so far this particular stream, it'll be like visiting an old friend. Like, I don't actually want to unlock these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hang on to these cells. Which, by the way, if you didn't know, you can totally do. Shots pierce the first target. That makes it much better. Victim's remains explode. Sure. Yeah. Yes. Sadism, necromancy, and combo, I think, are what we want to go with. Because we're not always going to be near two enemies with this sort of yin and yang build we've got going on. Yin and yang, tomato, tomato, fire and water, marshmallow and s'more, marshmallow and chocolate, which are what compose a s'more. Now, I'm not going to say that there's no chance that it happens, because that would be tempting fate. However, I will be a little bit embarrassed if we somehow die to this fella after having beaten both, having beaten Conjunctivius and gotten a fair portion of the way through the Watcher fight. Well, actually, we didn't get that far in the Watcher fight at all. Point being, we've beaten a harder boss today than this fella. Oh, hold on. Yeah. Horrible itch all of a sudden. That was weird. And seriously, like, we're just tearing through it. Which, given the extra level of loot that we got from going to the prison depths, makes perfect sense. But, you know, it's still nice to see. Ooh. Let's pop our syringe there. No reason to be taking damage against this guy that would lead to a fatal situation. I'm absolutely going to check out these Hayabusa boots. Makes victim bleed. Plus 30% damage to bleeding target. This goes perfectly with what we've got going on for our run right now. So, Sayonara, Frantic Sword. Now, yeah. 40% of the items we find will be plus quality or better. We could go back to the Slumbering Sanctuary, I think. I think that's what's up here. Yeah. I've never been able to get up there before because I didn't have the wall crawl, but yeah. But we're actually going to go to the Stilt Village. Because, well, for one thing, we haven't been there yet on this stream. But the other reason is I want to get to the clock tower instead of the sepulcher because it is slightly easier. And I would like to get past the second boss. I didn't mean to do that, and we just wasted our syringe charge for this map. Oh well. I'm almost positive that this is long since closed. Sealed 18 minutes ago, yeah. Can actually get to the Stilt Village quite quickly if you don't do a bunch of extra stuff and also go to the ossuary instead of the ramparts. But I've said this before, but my hunch is that those doors are less like they're not so much incentives as they are like recompense for speedrunners who are likely to miss a bunch of stuff because they're not fully exploring every level. It's kind of a way to keep you powered up and make speedruns less dependent on chance. That is my thought, at least. My thoughts, my thoughts. I'm gonna never do that again. What I just said there. Also, these Hayabusa boots are tearing face, if you're not noticing. Like, just actual death, destruction, despair, maybe a little bit of disease if we're lucky. All the bad words that start with D. Phrasing. What you got for me? Bunch of cells and a lightning bolt. Not interested in the lightning bolt, but I will definitely take the cells. This is probably a cursed chest, which I'm not gonna take just to spoil it for you. Like, the more invested you get in a run, the less like wise it is to take those. It's a what's the term for something that looks really good, but it's a honey trap. They're trying to get you because you think it'll be something sweet, some sick loot, but it's not. Usually, what it is it's some gold and like a moderately useful weapon that's not quite as good as the thing you have already. Quite often, that is what it ends up being. I do like that we can just run up here now. Ooh, okay. Heal. There's no reason to die here. You know, once we start talking about dying on the clock tower or to the boss thereof, then we can justify it a little bit more. But, like, not looking to die on the Still Village. We've been here before. We know the tricks. The tricks of the trade and the rules of the game. Moderately sized Puss is now playing Stardew Valley. I don't know if the Steam overlay shows up on stream, but that's the one time where I kind of hope it does. Elite Pirate Captain. We'll give this a whirl, but, like, I don't know. Uh-oh. We are discovering a new universe of fuckery that I didn't know existed. I think we're gonna be okay, but yeah, alright. That was fun. I do not want this. But thank you for the offer. We need to be the fire starter. The Twisted Fire Starter. I don't really want either of these. Like, the oil grenade is kind of the key to our success right now. Like, thanks, I guess, but I'm not in the market for that right now. It's like trying to sell someone who works at McDonald's a Lexus. It's just you're targeting the wrong demographic. Although I guess in this case I'm more the Lexus than the McDonald's. Look, the metaphor makes no sense. Don't ever ask me to explain anything I do or say. I am too much of a legend for that to be acceptable. Can I, like... There's no reason to, but I kind of want to see if I can get up. Get up, kids. Get up there. Maybe I can get up here. Yeah, there's nothing up there. I don't know why I felt the need to do that, but I did. Sometimes you have to live your dreams, even if those dreams are memes. To be honest with you, still a little confused as to how the wall crawl actually works. I feel like I should be able to scale that entire wall, but for some reason I can't. I get stuck like halfway up. There's where the key is being held. On croissant. Just call me Feet of Fury. Not Fate of Fury. That would be like somebody who fights crime with cheese. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever had Fate of cheese. If I have, it must have been a while since I don't recall doing so. Dang it, now I've made myself hungry again. I don't have to eat after the stream. Especially since we are closing in on 8 o'clock. Don't worry, I will not I will not cut the stream mid-run. That would just be silly. Blasphemous, almost, I think. But yeah, I will play to the end of this run at the very least. If we die like immediately and start a second one, and then I would have to like start a second one, and then I might cut the stream early. But I think we'll be fine for a while yet, as long as we don't do anything fantastically stupid. And I know that just by saying that, I've kind of jinxed myself, but it's fine. It's only jinxing yourself if you're not doing it on purpose. Right? That's how that works. I'm pretty sure that's the rule in all those, you know, all those things where jinxing is brought up. Now this leads down to the sepulcher, I think, so we don't want to be in here. Yeah, here's where we want to go. Ocean Man. At the clock tower. Somehow managed to add an extra syllable to the song Car Wash. Don't know how. Not gonna question it though. Sure. I am very cogent, by the way, of the fact that we are holding on to 33 cells and not using them. And it's entirely possible we'll lose them either here or, oh, a magnet bomb. I don't really want it, but thank you. Either lose them here or, like, why can't I go up that far? That's really weird. Either lose them here or against the boss, but the thing is that there's only 2 cells worth of stuff for us to unlock right now, so it doesn't really matter, actually. The one bad thing about Fire Feet build here is that you are aggroing anything that you step near without fail because of the fire. People tend to not super care for being lit on fire. It's weird, right? Like, you'd think in this day and age people would be a bit more open-minded, but nobody really ever seems to be down for getting fire on them. I was going to say getting fired, but that means something different entirely. Which I'm sure is etymologically interesting, but I don't know what the origin of the term there is. Okay. Yeah, sure. Those masked swordsmen, I hate them. Like, the actual banes of my existence on this level. That's why I actually sort of prefer the Sepulchre, which, now that I'm saying that out loud, I'm kind of struggling to remember why I thought coming here instead would be a good idea. Also, apparently there's something that, like, there's like a puzzle you need to do with those bells. Somebody told me that the other day. Oh boy. Okay, oh no. No, 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 no. Not like this. Not like this. Come on. Just burn him away. Burn, baby, burn. Disco Inferno. I cannot believe I am still alive right now. Alright. You know. Just living on the edge of glory. That's a Lady Gaga song. That's basically the entire crux of the joke there, is that that's the title of a song. What am I doing by trying to hit them with my marksman's bow, like, right, yeah, when they're, like, right in my face? That's literally the opposite of how the item works. I'm just getting thrashed. Come on. Let's pull it together here. Get it together. Absolutely not. Like, even more so than the previous several times I've rebuffed you. Okay. Stop. Hammer time. Let's take a slightly more, like, methodical approach to what we're trying to do here. I say as I do a bunch of backflips and things light on fire. This requires stealth, said L as he leapt through the window screaming. Okay. Got a masked man. Alright. See, you just need the slightest bit of finesse and forethought and other words that begin with the letter F. Fortnite, many other words. There's lots of important F words in the English language. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking that I'm going to say fuck as one of them. I would argue that fuck is the least important F word in the English language. I would put fumigate above fuck. I would put Ferris above fuck. There's many, many F words that I think are more important. I'm good, to be honest with you. Okay. Really? Okay, I guess we should be happy we only got hit once in there. Where do I go? My lovely. I think we go down here. "48 minutes into this Dead Cells run. Not dead yet. Could this be the one? Technically possible. My own hunch is that no, but I think we have potential to get farther than we've gotten before, which is worth plenty in its own right. Although, who knows, maybe this is the one. I don't know how much more there is after the third areas. I say areas because there's probably, like, various alternate third levels you can get to, or technically it's like 6 because there's multiple levels in between each boss area. What I'm trying to get at is, like, how much, I don't know how much there is leading up to and after the third boss. It's a whole thing. Alright, we're doing one of these again. Those things that lob the bombs, they do not have very much in the way of hit points. So I think we can safely rush those down. Let's see what this is all about. Across the universe? Letter. Okay. I found a secret area. Assassin's Dagger 5, not, like, really interested in that. Well, that's cool, I guess. How do we get back down? There we go. Neat. What am I doing? Just kick it. Can I kick it? Yes, you can. I mean, it looks like it's Masked Man Wherever I Go. Which sounds like a song lyric, but in this case it actually isn't. Maybe I should write the song that that belongs to, and then never show it to anybody, because insecurities about my voice. We are tapped out as far as heals go. What are you slanging? Nothing of particular use to me. Actually, we could refresh his shop. But he's only selling, equipment, not actual weapons, and I'm pretty happy with our loadout. So, like, required the bell tower key. Well, then what the hell am I holding, if not the bell tower key? That might be the puzzle you have to solve. I think this is the exit. Maybe not. Awfully bold of me, when you think about it. Fucking hell. Ah, boy. Jeez. Okay, well, at least now that croissant serves a purpose. Stop. I could have dropped my croissant. Fire grenade. Ooh, shoots a volley of arrows. Arrows stuck in enemies come back. Yeah, I think this is worth taking over the tonic. I know I just said I was happy with my loadout, but I don't know. I am mercurial at times. Don't get on my case about inconsistencies. Would anybody that actually watches my channel ever do that? Probably not, but you know. Why do I keep doing that? I need to stop that. Like, pulling marksman's bow. Ooh, what is this? Wave of denial. Oh, now I really have to get out of here in one piece. I am so curious as to what this could be. Like, obviously it's either a weapon or an equipment of some kind, but, like, what does it do is what I'm trying to convey. Will we be relying a fair bit on the good old 1-2 punch of oil grenade and fire? Yes. Yes, we will. I don't know why that came out like Yas. Yas Queen, etc., etc. Other things that elderly white men used to make fun of young women for no particular reason. I honestly always thought that Yas was kind of adorable, but I think I'm alone on that opinion. That's where we were before. We don't need to go down there. Okay. I'm freaking out a little bit. Okay. This might... Yes. Alright, okay. Ooh. I was going to say, because I don't know if we're going to be able to get to the end of this level. And then we got to the end of the level. So... Wave of Denial. Repels all nearby enemies if an enemy is thrown against the wall. It takes 53 damage. It takes plus 53 damage. That's an interesting distinction. Okay, it is an equipment. We will not be using this right now, but it does seem very interesting. Upgrade to plus quality. Fuck it, sure. It's probably the best chance I've had against this guy in a while, so let's not slack. Papa don't preach. We have reached the portion of the night, by the way, where my commentary just degrades into random references to things. You know. You know. Fuck. I need to learn that him teleporting to the other side of the room is not an opportunity, it's get the hell out of the way. Except there, where it was an opportunity. But usually that does not work out. Like, if we just keep the floor oiled, most of what we have to worry about is dodging. I don't know why I thought I could duck under that. I know for a fact that I can't. Okay. We healed through that, which is not a good way to ever handle anything in a game like this, but, you know, I'll take what I can get. No, god damn it. It's fucking reflex is what it is. It's the constantly trying to get the get the shot off. It just doesn't work. Eventually I'll learn my lesson. Okay. We're on to phase 2. We need to dodge that, because those are real. They are not imaginary. I don't know why they would be, and why I felt the need to qualify that, but just in case you had any doubts. We're out of heals. Fathermucker. We're dead. Yep. Oh, and right on time, too. It's 7:58. Okay. Yeah. That'll be Dead Cells for today. We'll play more on the show tomorrow, though. I am almost positive. Once again, if you would like to support me specifically, you can either subscribe to me over on twitch.tv/PlanetJane, or if you would like to, you may pay me directly at paypal.me/PlanetJane. We're really filling up this show off of the equipment, but it looks like we've only got about half of it yet, though, which is a crazy thought, but you know. If you would like to support PNG itself, you can subscribe to our channel here, and you can join our Discord server, which there should be a link to that in the PNG website under the viewing window. That will about do it for today. And honestly, just in time, because my shoulder's starting to hurt a little bit. But yeah, thank you guys for coming out, and I will see you all next time. Stop telling me about what happened while I was gaming. Do not care. This isn't even my computer. Goodbye, guys.